Okay, so back to some of the other things we talked about, Dan. Setup-wise, there's some things for you to clean up. I mean, I give you a lot today, some little things in your setup, some of the same stuff we've seen. So continue to go about it as you do. On the left here, again, a lot of good things here. I just like to see a little more space between your hands and your legs. You can see how vertical your arms are. This one on the right was after. And again, long term, I think what this has caused to some extent, as you can see as you take the club away, I think you're trying to make some space here. So your arms and your hands tend to swing away from your body. You can see a little gap here in between your upper right arm and your chest. You need to work on that, put a glove, a tee, something in there to feel that. And when that happens, then the club head tends to get behind your body, as you see it here. And especially with the longer swings, then that leads to an across the line position at the top. So over here, there's a little bit more space to start. And again, what I'd like you to feel is, like we've talked about, like you're kind of dragging the butt of the club back. Almost feel like your hands are getting closer to your legs. So that with time, that club head will stay a little bit more in front of you. Not the case yet here. But again, as your arms and hands swing away from your body, that club head's always going to go behind you, and it gets it across the line. Okay. Then the other big piece, we saw that with your driver. I just sent you that video as well, is this tendency you've had for a while now to get the ball more forward, too far forward. So here on the left was before. So a couple things here. You've got the club face a little bit closed. You got the ball very much forward in your stance. Shaft leaning a little bit too far forward, so you've de-lofted the club. Again, I think some of that maybe has come from you trying to hit it far. Really like this on the right. Okay, so club face more square, ball position more neutral. It's still a little bit forward, and then the proper loft on the club with the shaft lean. So I like that a lot. And then again, in the takeaway from this position, still I'd like to get away from this excessive kind of early wrist hinge. We used Goosen here as kind of a good model for you to try to emulate just a little bit in this takeaway piece, where you can see this club. If you watch the club head, it's almost sweeping and just skating along the ground with next to no wrist hinge. So if we bring you to the same point, again, I'm not trying to get exactly like this, where your left arm is horizontal, you can see how much more hinge you have, which is why sometimes in your backswing looks very long there at the top, and the club gets across the line. So, feeling like you have zero wrist hinge, like here on the right, would be a good feel for you. Almost dragging the butt of the club back, no wrist hinge sort of feel. Okay. And then again on the downswing, just some of the same things that we've seen. This is a good setup here with the driver, really good from the profile view. Same sort of look here. You can see how your upper arms come away from your torso. Club head goes behind you. Gets a little long, a little across the line, but not bad. And then again, the same feeling of having to work on syncing up your body, speeding up your arms, slowing down the rotation of your body, and straightening that left arm sooner. Because otherwise what happens to you is, as you rotate really fast, your arms trail behind, left arm stays bent, that club comes from the inside. So you hit those big blocks and then sometimes get some hooking going. And your left arm doesn't kind of straighten until there. Use this Jonathan Bird picture, kind of helped. Oops. Good model here in a lot of ways. So back to the takeaway even. Notice how the upper right arm stays pinned against the chest. And as that happens, the club head stays more in front of him. See how your upper right arm comes away from your chest. A lot of wrist hinge. That hinging also causes that club head to get behind you quite a bit. Nice position there for you to try to emulate. And then again, what he does differently, what you've been working on, is trying to sync up this downswing. Speed up the arms, slow down the body, straighten the left arm a little bit, get you a little bit more like that. You can see that the frame after impact, it's not the same shutter speed obviously, because the left arm's already straight. You tend to come down, you rotate really fast, arms trail behind, left arm stays bent. So you've always got, often got that club head going through the ball this way. Pushes, hooks. Your left arm doesn't really get straight until almost there. Quite a bit different. Okay? So again, a lot of the same things. We've got to keep on these. Keep working on them the way you do.